Now, since this model, what we have considered and seen in the previous video, is a three-dimensional model, I will prefer a CAD software to help us to create to create a replication of those or that particular model. So I will be utilizing the Creo Parametric Student Edition version for utilizing this particular or for creating this particular geometry, which is displayed in the presentation over here. Now I have added the dimensions of the inlet and outlet as per the data mentioned in the publication. The inlet and outlet are of same size, that is 0.04 meter by 0.04 meter. So it is a kind of perfect square. The inlet is located on the left hand side, which is exactly in the center of the room, center of this wall, at a distance of, the center of the inlet is at a distance of z equal to 0.36 meter. And the outlet is located on the right side wall, which is again at the center plane wall or the center plane region, and the center of the outlet is at a distance of z equal to 0.04 from the base. Now since we have this data, it is very easy to create this kind of geometry in a CAD software. So I'll be just going to new, and we will be dealing with meters. So in this particular software, the default units are millimeters, which I will be selecting over here. And what are we doing is we have to just convert the millimeters to meters or meters to millimeters when we are entering the data over here. Now 1 meter is 100 centimeter and 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. Therefore 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeter. All right. So first and foremost thing is, let us try to create a cuboid over here, which is having a distance of 0.8 by 0.4. So I'll just go to extrude over here and create the central plane from the center rectangle. I'll just try to create a simple cube over here. After that, align the view to normal and let me enter the value of the length, which is equal to 0.8 meter. 0.8 meter multiplied by 1000 mm, that is equal to 800 millimeter. And the width of the room is something around 0.4 meter, so that will be equal to 0.4 multiplied by 1000 millimeters. So the reason I'm multiplying 1000 is because, I repeat, 1 meter stands for 100 centimeter and 1 centimeter stands for 10 millimeters. So 1 meter is equal to 1000 or 10 power 3 units, right? So that is 1000 mm, what we can call them. So I'm multiplying with 1000 over here. Fine, let me just create a default view and press OK. So what is the height of the room? The height of the room is again 0.4 meters, which is nothing but 400 millimeters, isn't it? This is the simple geometry of the room what they have created. All right, now the geometry of the room, you can see that the model is a solid model. For example, if I'm creating a cut section in the plane, let me just go to sections over here, create a planar section and select the section. You can see it is a complete filled material, but inside I just want it to be hollow. Okay, for example, if I'm selecting this side, again it is completely filled. So what I will be doing is, rather than creating a solid geometry to replicate a room walls, I will be creating a surface model. All right, now I'll just press OK. Now you can see it is a surface. So these are replicating the walls of the room. Right, now I repeat, the strategy what you're following in this is a simpler is a very simple strategy, and this strategy can be implied for any other models. Okay, and I will try to show you in the next project as well. If possible, we'll try to extend this. Okay, but let us just finish this at this moment. Now that I've created the complete side walls, I can just cap the top and the base so that it replicates a floor and a ceiling. Now I'll just edit this model over here, go to options and click on capped ends. So in this course, you're not only learning about the CFD, but you're also learning a brief about the CAD software named as Creo. That is a very interesting software. Yeah, we cannot discuss all the details over here. I'm just restricting it to the details which are oriented to the main project or the project what we are dealing with. but nevertheless, if you have an interest, you can just go through other course of mine in the author profile or the instructor profile. So we have created the respected walls. Let us just try to see the cross section and see whether it is hollow inside or no. So I'll just click on this wall. You can see it is hollow inside. I believe you can see it clearer in your screen as well. Clear. Now I'll just cancel this sectional view. So we have basically created this particular wall or the domain what we have, and the next task for us to create the inlet and outlet. Now the inlet and outlet, for example, if you have your, in real life, if you have a room, okay, you might be sitting in an office room or a college conference hall or any place, library, etc., right? Or your home room, I mean at your home itself, you might be having for example, if you have a kind of air conditioner, so that is basically the inlet which is pumping in the air inside the room, right? And that air conditioner is having a specific shape, all right? It is having a kind of grill in the front face, and you'll be having small inlets which are peeking out from where the cool air enters the room. Now in order to replicate or create a CFD simulation of the same scenario, it is really not necessary for us to create the same split unit what we have in our rooms, right? So what we can do is we can try to simplify the case. Instead of creating complete air conditioner shape over there and improve the increase the complexity of the case, we can simply have a designated surface which will be named as inlet, and that inlet will be supplied with the air according to the simulation what we are setting up. For that, I'll just show you what we are doing. So according to this particular information, they have the inlet placed over here. So you can see that they do not have a designated air unit. The air unit is completely outside their experimental model, whereas in the experimental chamber they only have a simple slot or a surface which is grill like feature, and from where the air is pumped into the room, right? So coming to this model, what we can do is, if we can consider this region over here where the inlet is available, we can just try to create a simple surface over there. Okay, so I'll just click on align the view to normal, and let me create a square, because the geometry of this particular inlet is a perfect square. You can say it is 0.04 by 0.04. So let me just change the display style so that it is visible for you. And this is 0.04 multiplied by, sorry, I've multiplied with 100, I believe. Yeah, okay, so it is a perfect square. You can see this is equal to this, right? So all the sides are equal. Now this is the inlet what we have. I mean that is sufficient for us. We need not create a complete, we need not try to replicate a complete air conditioning unit over here. So only the surface or the grill face which is allowing the air to enter into the chamber or the domain, that is well enough and sufficient for us to work with. Now the inlet is at the center according to the given data, but we have certain information over here, that is the center of inlet. I'm sorry for this notification. The center of inlet is at a distance of z equal to 0.36 meters. So you can just try to select the center of this inlet from the base and keep the dimensions over here. Now what is the value of that? It is 0.36. You can see that this is from this position till this position, all right? And you can see over here that the center is at this position, whereas the software is giving it a distance from the base of the outlet. Now I need to change that, so I'll just go to dimensions, select the center, this line, and press mirror click over here, and this has to be entered as 0.04 multiplied with 1000. Clear? So we have created a sketch over here, and I'll just come back to shading with edges. You can see a sketch over here. Now I can click on extrude, go to surface. I'm sorry, I need to select the sketch at first. I selected the sketch is selected. Click on extrude, surface. Now I need the surface to go internally as well, so I'll just change this thing in both the sides, and you can see it is moving inside as well. Now I'll just click on remove material, select the chamber. You can see it has removed the material at this moment, but I want the material. I just want to split the surface, so I'll just change the direction and press OK. Now you can see that this wall is divided into two faces. All right, so this is how we can uh, try to create any kind of data. So in this particular case, in this particular model, or in this particular domain, they haven't considered any furniture, they haven't considered any occupant into the room. So all those are neglected in the experimental study. They are just visualizing the flow field and respected velocity at certain positions. We will be doing the same thing at this moment, and if the simulation is happening appropriately with the mesh limit what we have in the academic version, then in the next project I can try to add up any feature inside, such as a kind of furniture inside, or any kind of a box shape occupants can also be added inside, and try to visualize the flow field, the changes in the flow field. Okay, so we can do that. That is not a big problem. At least I can show you the strategy as well if we are not able to solve it in the respected version what we have. Okay, now at this moment I can save the file. All right, for saving the file I'll just go to save as, and select the location where I want to save it. I'll just go to the type and save as step type. All right, and after that we can import this particular model or the step file in the answers workbench, and we can continue the meshing part and the simulation setup as well. So let us just catch up in the next video.